No funny track today, people. It's all about the Philly Chronicles and how you need to stop your you-know-what right now.
What's up, guys? This is Roughneck Actual, and you have reached the Roughnecks Ecom channel. If you want to learn how to make money online or offline, then you need to be right here. I'm a 7-figure Amazon seller. I'm also an honorably discharged Air Force veteran. Graduated from Penn State and started a career as a software engineer and leveraged that to build my businesses. If you guys have any questions on how to make money, you're going to find all your answers right here, so stay tuned.
Oh man, so we back with the Philly Chronicles, man. You know, this is more of the carefree, say whatever I want to say type of shit. So if you guys don't want to get your feelings hurt, you probably shouldn't watch this video, all right? Because if the shoe fit, you're going to be wearing it, and you're going to walk like 30 miles in it today. So I've come to the realization that not everybody can be saved. All right, some people are just meant to drown. You can't put everybody in your life raft and try to get them to the next level. No matter how hard I try, people just continuously fuck up, and that's just what it is, man. And you know, the quicker you realize that, the better off you're gonna be. You know, I spent years trying to get my little circle, you know, trying to put everybody on and get everybody making money, get everybody, you know, motivated to get out there and do, you know, 10K, 20K, 30K, 40K a month. You know, that shit ain't for everybody, man. And it sucks watching it. Like, you have to watch it unfold, you know, and that's why I have two sets of friends. I have my maintenance friends, you know, people that I grew up with, that I still hang with and spend time with, you know, and it reminds me of where I've come from, where I could be if I let off the throttle, and where I don't want to be. And then I have my growth friends, you know, people that are doing big things, that are getting to the next level, you know, people out here on like YouTube, you know, some other YouTubers, man, like my boy Mitch, and there's Matt, there's RJ, you know, obviously, you know, Mr. Reagan, the legend himself, Paul, people, you know, people like that. You know, I'm obviously forgetting tons of names, but, you know, and separating, you know, my friends into those categories definitely helps. Because, you know, the shit I see, you know, the people that I grew up with, and it's not everybody, but it's like 99% of those people, you know, they ain't doing shit. Or they say, they're like, oh, I'm getting money, I'm doing shit, but next thing you know, they're asking for gas money. You know, they're like, damn, dog, I ain't got no money to go out to eat, or I ain't got no money for gas, or, you know, they out here buying sneakers and shit instead of paying their rent, or, you know, investing in themselves, trying to get to the next level. And that's just what it is, man. People, not everybody's meant for greatness. People are lazy, and people will take advantage of you if you let them. All right. Now that I've quote unquote made it, you know, I really don't think that I've made it. You know, I'm like, I get to make money in my sleep, but I don't get to make as much money in my sleep as I want. So I ain't made it yet. But, you know, everybody has their hand out. Everybody wants something. Or everybody's saying like, oh, I don't do enough to help, or, oh, you know, you got money now, you know, you bougie, you don't care. I'm like, bro, I work my ass off for my money. I work 12 to 18-hour days, damn near every day, to make this work. And then, you know, to have people say that, you know, that I don't help enough, or I don't do enough, or, you know, that I'm bougie, I'm this, I'm that. Like, when I've tried putting people on, and the people that know me in person, that's been around, like, I'll try to put everybody on. And the majority of people just don't fucking want it. They want the shit I have. They don't want to suffer for it, man. And there's this saying, like, you know, you can't win a war without bleeding, right? And it don't work that way, you know. And it's just a shitty situation to realize, man, where you wake up in the morning and you see people posting on social media, like your friends, they posting on social media talking about, oh man, yo, I'm about to have another baby, or I bought this, or I bought that. And just like a week ago, they was in there complaining that they didn't have any money. You know these people out here struggling, haven't paid rent in, you know, shit, a month or 2 months. You know, the credit's like a 400. Shit so low they can't even trip over it. They car note 2 months behind. They almost about to get repoed, you know, but they out here fronting for the gram, flexing like, yeah, I'm out here making big money moves and all this shit. You know, that's not where you guys want to be, man. You don't want to be one of those people that's lazy and can't get their shit together. You know, we're going to talk about how you can avoid that failure, all right? And it's going to suck. It's going to suck, and it's going to put you in rare company, though, all right? Let's go ahead. Let's get on. Let's talk about it. All right, guys, so first and foremost, you got to recognize that you a lazy piece of shit, all right? Like, it's like being an addict. You got to recognize that there's a problem. You got to admit that there's a problem. You have to own that there's a problem, and you have to understand that you're an addict, right? The same thing goes for, if you're stuck in a rut and you're trying to get to the next level, but you just can't seem to break free. Like, you just can't seem to get there. And, you're going to have to sacrifice a lot, guys. Like, you're going to have to sacrifice a whole lot. You're going to have to give up so many things, and it's going to be painful. You're going to lose a lot of friends, and you're going to hate it. These people jogging right now, and they're having a good time this morning. These people, it's a Sunday morning, man. It's Sunday morning. And instead of laying around in bed, these people out here getting their exercise on, hustling. The majority of people that watch this video, they weren't up this early on Sunday. They were probably hungover because it's Labor Day weekend. They're probably hungover as shit. But you guys have to understand that, you fucking up. You just got to own up to it. Like, I had to own up to it. I had to sit there and recognize, like, yo, I'm fucking up in life. Like, I'm wasting my time, I'm wasting my money, I'm doing all types of shit that I shouldn't be. I need to be focused on my purpose. I need to find my purpose, and I need to get on that path to fulfilling that purpose, and that's what I did. And you guys are looking at it as, like, a lot of people, not all of you guys, but a good chunk of you are looking at, like a get rich quick or like a magic bullet method to cure all your woes. There's no magic snake oil outside of fucking hard work, man. Hard work and determination. And you got to have a plan. So you can work hard. There's plenty of people that work hard all day. My mom worked 2 and 3 jobs, when I was younger to, make life a little bit better for me and my brother. One of my brothers, I got over a dozen siblings, but, imagine that, like, you could work hard all day, but she wasn't working towards anything. She was just working to survive. And a lot of people are just working to fucking exist. You don't want to work to just exist, like, you don't want to sit there and live vicariously through people. Like, if you're looking on Instagram and Facebook and you're seeing people buy new cars, buy new clothes, go on vacation and all that shit, like, you're looking at the best day ever for them, or the best day of the year more often than not, and you're trying to live that shit every single day, but you ain't got the means to do so. Yeah, my man bumping music early in the morning, bumping that reggaeton. Hey, he out there having a good time, man. Sunday morning's early. But that's what you guys need to understand, that you gotta get on your fucking purpose. You gotta get on your grind, and you guys gotta wake the fuck up and realize that you gotta get your shit together. You gotta cut off friends. You gotta cut off family. You gotta cut off going out getting drunk on the weekends. If you come home and you drink every day, you're a functioning alcoholic. Period. End of discussion. I don't want to hear no shit. Oh, I'm not an alcoholic. Bro, if you come home and you have to have a drink every day to wind the fuck down, you're a functioning alcoholic. All right? You got to get rid of a lot of the fucking vices that hold you back. All right? You got to get rid of them. You got to get rid of them. Or else you're going to be forever tied to bullshit. If you smoke weed every day, you're a fucking pothead. End of discussion. Like, there is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, don't come at me with, oh man, it's just a little bit. I smoke a J here and there, man. I might smoke a bowl and be done so I can go to sleep. If you gotta fucking smoke to go to sleep, you ain't worked fucking hard enough. You ain't working hard enough, period. End of discussion. I don't want to hear that shit. Like, I still haven't unveiled the new car yet because, the shit's getting PPF and stuff, but it costs more than people's houses. I can tell you that much right now. When I unveil it, there's gonna be mad haters. Oh my God. It's something that I fucking worked for. I worked hard for. I sacrificed for. And people are gonna want the same shit, but they're not gonna be willing to give up the shit necessary to get there. All right, and I, you know me, guys. Like, I keep it real with you. I'm not gonna be, Kevin David. I ain't gonna be Dan Voss. I ain't gonna be Dan Locke and all these other guys, that make you feel good type shit. Cause making money don't fucking feel good half the time. I don't want to be up at fucking 7 o'clock in the morning shooting content some days. I just want to sit on my ass and do a bunch of nothing. I don't want to have to handle, all these accounts, for my Amazon automation service. I don't want to have to answer questions for my students all the damn time in my course. But guess what, look, I ain't got no choice. I put myself in that position. I got to do it. I got to make it happen. Shit, I just want to do like Diddy, man. I just want to sit around in a robe and eat ham sandwiches all damn day, butt ass naked underneath. But I can't do that, because I have responsibilities, and I made those responsibilities for myself. And I gotta live up to those responsibilities. I gotta live up to you guys every damn day. Half these people out here ain't got no type of mentors. They ain't got nobody who made it from the mud and got to where they at. You know, they don't know anybody who became a millionaire just off fucking blood, sweat, and tears, or built $1 million business. I wouldn't say I'm a millionaire yet, but you know, it was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that went into this shit. You know, there's kids out there right now, you know, looking at dudes driving Lamborghinis, and you know, these fuckers could give a shit about those kids looking at them in their Lamborghinis. You know, I give tons of shits about that, man, like, because I was one of them kids. You know, I remember when I was going to car meets, you know, when I was young, and seeing these dudes with these nice ass cars, and they wouldn't even, you know, talk to me. They weren't even trying to lend a hand, you know. And here, you know, here I am in the same situation, and you know, trying to give back. Like, you got to put the ego aside, and you got to fucking hustle, and you got to give up some shit, man. And if you can't, you know, that just sucks for you. And you know, now we got to get into the segment about relationships, because that's another area that I fucking bailed at, man. And we gonna get real in this one, man. We gonna get really real, because there's a lot of shit that I did wrong. A lot of shit I did wrong, and I don't want you guys to make the same mistakes when you're on your path. All right, let's talk about that. Now we get to talk about relationships, and that could be anything. It could be romantic, it could be, you know, friendships, it could be, you know, family, everything, just whatever relationships mean to you. But you know, on a romantic tip, you're gonna have to cut that shit off. All right, if your significant other does not support you in what you're trying to do, what you're trying to accomplish, and bettering yourself, you gotta let it go. You gotta cut that instantly. You can't keep trying to drag it on in hopes that he or she are gonna be there at the finish line. Because more often than not, those people, they ain't gonna be there. All right, you know, they don't want to be there during the race. They want to be there at the finish line. They don't want to be there during the race. And you have to know within yourself that you aren't happy with your lot in life, and therefore you can't make that other person happy. You know, and that's where I fucked up, man. Like, relationships is where I completely ruined shit. That's why I got, you know, ex-wife, I got baby moms, I got kids, you know, I got to deal with, you know, the other parts of the city and shit. Like, cause I fucked that up. You know, like, if I go back in time, I would apologize 1,000,000 times to my fucking, you know, to my ex-wife, man. Like, cause, you know, because I was so pig-headed, and I just wanted what I fucking wanted, and couldn't see that, you know, I didn't understand what was going on, and I'm just dragging this woman through the mud, dragging this woman through the fucking mud. You know, my ex-girlfriends, man, dragging them through the fucking mud, because I wanted to do something that I didn't even understand what the fuck it is that I wanted to do. You know, I'm over here trying to figure out what my purpose is, and dragging people through the mud in the process. Like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if I hurt your feelings. I don't give a fuck how you feel. You gotta let that shit go. If you're not happy with your lot in life, if you're not happy with yourself, and you ain't on your purpose, you gonna fuck everybody up. Male, female, doesn't fucking matter. Generally, men will do this more than females. All right, so, you know, my guys, you will ruin a happy fucking home if you are not on your purpose. Take that shit from someone who did it, who fucking destroyed a happy fucking home because he was not happy with his lot in life, and he was not on his purpose. All right, that shit is brutal. It will corrupt you, and you will forever struggle because you are not on your purpose, and you're trying to, you know, play house and do all these things when you ain't even right with yourself. And then when you start making money, it's gonna be so seductive. It's gonna be so seductive, and you're gonna fuck up even more. When I started making more money, I just fucked up even more, because now I'm like, shit, I'm big, I'm the fucking man, but I still wasn't on my purpose. You know, instead of cutting these relationships off so people wouldn't get hurt, it would have hurt in the short term, but instead I drug that shit out, drug it out. You know, instead of cutting it off and letting these people go be fucking happy, I just ruined a lot of shit. You know, and it took me a long time to understand that, where I had to be right within my own self before I could be, you know, giving myself to relationships, to friendships, and all of that. That's why I went away for a while, man. I stopped going to car meets. I stopped kicking it with, you know, with my old friends, with my maintenance friends. I just needed to focus on myself and get myself motherfucking right. All right, that's what I needed to focus on. I needed to get me right first and foremost. And a lot of people neglect that. A lot of people neglect that fact. You know, they focus on, you know, trying to get the bag and, you know, have the girl and all, and build a family and all these things. And sometimes that shit works. But one thing that my mentor taught me, one of my mentors, you know, Carmelo, you can either try to get rich, or you can try to fall in love, but your ass ain't gonna do both at the same damn time. Period. End of discussion. Now, if you're already rich, you can focus on a relationship. If you already in love, y'all could chase the bag together because your relationship is strong. You have that foundation. It's already built. It ain't going nowhere. But if you over here trying to build a sandcastle and the tide's coming in, you fucked. That relationship ain't going on. It can't stand. It just can't stand. You know, and while you're grinding and you're on your purpose, you know, you stop going out drinking with your buddies every weekend, you stop smoking weed with your homies, you know, every day or whatever, and you focus on your path, those relationships are gonna die, and you gotta let them die. You can't even let them die. You gotta cut them off so they do die until you're right with yourself. Okay, everybody wants to be a fucking millionaire until it's time to do what millionaires motherfucking do. And I know a lot of people gonna point out Snoop Dogg, Wiz Khalifa, all these other guys, Wayne, you know, fucking sipping lean until he's having fucking seizures and shit. Those are anomalies. More often than not, your ass ain't gonna be a world-class rapper. You ain't gonna be a world-class athlete, smoking a J, you know, going out there dunking the ball or catching the pass or, you know, intercepting some shit. You, regular old Joe Schmo who lives on 5th Street in Philly, who's trying to make something of himself, who's trying to make a name for himself. You know, I could tell you firsthand how many alcoholics I know that managed to go from being a functioning alcoholic to a millionaire. 0. I don't know any personally. Now, there are some, but I don't know too many personally that have done it. I don't know too many people that were going out partying every motherfucking day or every fucking weekend who managed to build a business big enough to sustain itself. You know, most of the people that did, they quit all that shit so they could build that sustainable business. They cut those relationships off. They cut their friends off in order to do what they had to do. Most people ain't willing to do that shit. All right, most people ain't willing to do that. You know, you got to cut that shit out. All right, you got to stop thinking that, you know, you almighty and all doing and everything, and you can do what other people couldn't do. I thought the same shit. I thought I could have friends, the girls, all that shit, and I could build what I have today. No, I had to focus on me first. I had to get right with me. Y'all got to get right with yourselves before you can get right with other people. All right, and a lot of people have yes men around them. I had a lot of yes men around me. Yo, bro, whatever. You know, man, it's cool. Like, man, yo, do what you got to do, dog. No, you don't need yes men around you. You need people that's going to tell you that you fucking up. You need people to tell you when you fucking up. It's the same reason cats like Kodak Black are sitting in prison right now, because he had a bunch of yes men around him. Yeah, dog, get on fucking IG Live, show that gun around, smoke that weed in front of your kids, do whatever the fuck you want to do. Who give a fuck? You the man. No, you're not the fucking man. You fucking up. That's what the fuck you doing. You fucking up. Get on your shit. All right? Cut them relationships off. Get right with yourself, and then you can start doing some shit. Stop doing all this dumb shit, man. Just y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop. All right? And then once you figure that out and you start getting on your purpose and you start making strides, you gotta stop wanting everything for motherfucking free. All right? And that's what we're gonna talk about next. Let's go. All right, guys, so now that you're on your purpose, man, you done cut out the relationships, you done cut off your bad habits, and you done did all this shit, and now you're ready. You're on your path, you're on your purpose, you're ready, you grinded. Now you gotta stop wanting everything for fucking free, all right? That's gonna be the hardest part. Because once you've cut all that out, once you trimmed all the fat and you've started getting on your purpose and you really started putting effort into building something for yourself, whether that be a career, a business, whatever it is, you're inevitably gonna get tired. You're gonna get frustrated because it's difficult, it's hard. You're gonna start wanting shit for free. All right, and I'm not talking about free shit like what I give away on IG. Shameless plug, link to my social media in the description. You know, I give away a ton of stuff. I'm giving away PlayStations, Xboxes and shit. And people always hit me up in the DMs when I'm not actively doing a giveaway. Please, can you do this for me? Please, can you give me money for this and this? Please give me money. Please do this. My birthday's tomorrow. Give me $100. Give me this. Give me that. Everybody wants something for free. But that's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is when you're on your hustle and you're on your path and you've done all these things, you've done all the difficult stuff, and you still aren't getting to where you want to be, you're inevitably going to want the magic bullet. You're going to want the cure-all. You're going to want your big break, and you're going to want that shit for free. You're like, I don't want to bleed for this anymore. I don't want to starve for this anymore. I just want it. You ain't going to get it. All right? Anything worth having is not easily attainable. Okay? You're not going to get that shit easy. You ain't going to get that shit for free. All right? Unless you Paris Hilton, you ain't going to get shit for free. It just ain't going to happen. All right? You're going to have to grind. You're gonna have to hurt for it. You're gonna have to want it. All right, and you're gonna have to get it out of your head that somebody is gonna give you something for free, or you know, you're gonna get your lucky break and not have to sacrifice anything for it. Just like, oh, here we go. I made $1 million. It's so easy. No, that's not the way that shit works. It's going to be painful. It's gonna hurt, man. It's gonna test you. It's gonna test you to your core. All right, you're gonna be seeing your friends out having a good time. You're gonna be seeing your homies out, man. They're gonna be chilling. They're gonna be at the club. They're gonna be out at the parties. They're gonna have all the girls, you know, females that you wanted to spend time with. They're gonna be hooking up with dudes that ain't you. Ladies, there's gonna be guys that you was looking at, you know, Chads and Tyrones. They're gonna be out there hooking up with all your homegirls, you know, slinging pipe, doing whatever it is that Chad and Tyrones do. And you're gonna be sitting there looking at all your friends like, damn, y'all, like, I'm out here, you know, trying to hustle. Like, y'all ain't inviting me out, knowing damn well you ain't got time to go out because you busy doing something else. You busy grinding, you know. But that's just the way it's got to be, man. That's just the way it's going to be, you know. I'm not saying you ain't never gonna have any fun, because you will have fun along the way. You will have, you know, bits and spurts where you can go out and have a good time. You can have some fun. You can go do these things. But when you're in the throes of it, where you're in the valley of the shadow of death, you ain't gonna have a lot of fun. You're gonna be grinding. You know, you might be able to go see some friends here and there, but for the most part, you're gonna be spending the majority of your time either focusing on your craft or trying to get into something that's gonna lead to you focusing on that craft. That's just what it is. And you ain't gonna get shit for free. There will be almost no handouts, you know. And the best way I can explain this is, you know, my mentor Carmelo, I used to go by the car shop. He funds a lot of shops in the areas. He's always like a silent investor. You know, I was in the shop one day, you know, I used to sweep and clean up and stuff just so I could be around him to listen to him and get advice on what I should be doing with my life. And at the time I was in college, you know, I'm taking 20-something odd credits every semester so I could graduate early. Most people don't know I graduated from Penn State in like 2.5 years. So I got my 4-year degree about 2.5 years, which was over the 2-year time limit that I told my my professor I would do, but whatever. And I remember sitting there and I was complaining that day, man. I had done the stuff that I thought I needed to do. I'm like, man, like, this is hard. I'm just gonna go back to the military because that shit's easy. And he looked me dead in the face. He was like, all right, bye, get out. If that's what you want to do, then go take the easy road. Go do what everybody else is gonna do. They're gonna sit in the military. They're gonna, you know, do their 20 years, retire, and be done, and still have almost nothing to say for themselves down the line. Like, they'll have a good, you know, a good life, but it ain't gonna be great, you know. But if that's what you want to do, get out. You know, we don't have quitters over here. And he was so blunt and so brutal, and it was at that point where I was like, damn, I'm not gonna get any free rides here. I'm not gonna get much sympathy. I am really gonna have to work. I'm gonna have to put my sweat equity into what I'm trying to accomplish in order to do something, in order to get to the next level. And unfortunately, guys, like, there's no easy way to it. There's no easy way about it. You know, you're gonna have to bleed. You're gonna have to sacrifice, and it is lonely sometimes, man, and it's hard. You know, and that's another thing that we got to talk about, you know, how to avoid that burnout and that loneliness, you know. So let's go ahead, let's finish up. Let's do it. So how do you guys deal with the loneliness that comes with being on your purpose? All right. First and foremost, you just got to recognize that you're going to be doing shit that other people don't want to do. So therefore, you're going to be spending a lot of time by yourself. Okay. That's just what it is. Like, obviously, you're going to have friends that you still hang out with, but the majority of your time is going to be spent on your purpose, on your craft. And I'm not saying you can't go out and have a good time. I'm not saying you're never going to be out there, you know, hooking up and getting your jollies and all that. What I'm saying is that the majority of your time is going to be spent focusing on doing something that other people aren't willing to do, and you have to understand that. You know, you have to understand that people are not going to be able to recognize the potential in what you're doing. They're not going to recognize it until after you've already accomplished it. You know, there's going to be very few people cheering you on, you know, during the process. They're going to be applauding for you after everything is said and done. And it's going to suck, and you're going to get a lot of hate. That's something else that you guys are going to have to, you know, get used to. If you're a person that wants everybody to like you, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard because not everybody's going to like what you're doing, you know. So everybody wants you to do well and succeed until you start doing better than them. And I learned that the hard way. Once I started, buying cars that people couldn't possibly hope to afford, and taking trips that they were saving up, years for, that's when, the hate really started. And at first it bothered me. I'm like, damn, like, we've known each other since brown bag lunch, and like, I sacrificed for all this, and you've seen how hard I worked, and you're not happy for me. And now I don't care. During that time frame, yeah, I did care, because I was still holding on to my old life and the things that I had done to get to that point. Now I'm like, if you don't like me, you don't like me. It is what it is, and nothing I do is going to change that. If you don't like me just because I have a supercar and you don't, or because I can take a trip to Miami when I feel like it and you can't, or because my kids are taken care of and you're over here struggling, like, that's not my fault. Get out there and do the same thing. Get out there and fucking hustle. Get out there and grind. If you don't want to grind, that's cool. Just keep hating. Don't bother me any. Shit, I'm still gonna sleep great at night, and that's what you guys have to recognize. You're gonna be sleeping great at night. You are on their mind. Their thought process is gonna be about you and how much they can't stand your ass. And to you, you won't even recognize it. Like, the day that you go out and you do the greatest thing you've ever done to that point. Like, let's say you take your entire family to Disney, or you do what I did, like buy my mom a brand new kitchen, which we got to shoot a video on that as well. We got to do an unveiling on that. But you pay for your mom's dream kitchen, or you pay your parents' house off, or you buy your parents a new car, big screen TV, or whatever it is. You're gonna be doing so many amazing things, and people gonna be hating, man. They're gonna be sitting there just hating on you. They ain't gonna be clapping. They're gonna be sitting there. It's gonna be a lot of fakery, and at first it's gonna hurt you. It's gonna hurt you. But once you get used to it, and once you recognize that that's just the way life is gonna be for you, the faster you'll be able to get over it and live your life, live your best life. Because that's what everyone should be focusing on anyway, living their best life. If your version of your best life is sitting around drinking booze or getting high every damn day, then shit, live your best life. Live your best life. Get high every damn day. Do whatever it is. If that's your version of it, then do what you got to do. But for the people who want more out of life, you're gonna have to recognize, man, it's gonna be a lonely road. It's gonna be a lonely road, because a lot of people don't recognize the vision. People are conditioned to be worker bees. They're conditioned to go with the status quo. And I went with the status quo, and it helped me get here. But I always knew that I wanted to do more, and I could never explain what that more was. I could never figure it out. And then one day, it finally kind of dawned on me. But it took a long time, and it took a lot of destruction and chaos and all that to get there. But hopefully you guys won't have to go through that, man. Hopefully you guys won't have to go through all the freaking struggles I had to get to that level. I try to keep it real with you guys, man, and hopefully you understand that. Hopefully, you guys will see that you don't have to make the same mistakes that I made, that you guys can take this information, you can use it and get right with yourselves before you ruin a lot of things, man, before you hurt a lot of people, whether you hurt, friends, family, your loved ones, children, whatever. Just try to get in that mindset that the things that you're about to go through are not going to be fun. So that being said, man, if you haven't liked the video, go ahead and like it. Dislike it if you want. If it's not something that you wanted to hear, then you're free to do so. I'm not holding a gun to your head. You can leave a comment, you can not leave a comment. You can hit me up on social media if you want to talk about it. We can just chat it up, man. I'm a personable dude. You guys don't have to be afraid to message me about anything, man. I'm always here to try to help out, because I didn't have people looking out for me until later on in life. So hopefully I can kind of give back and help somebody else who was in the same situation. All right, so that being said, man, be safe, be smart. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.